Hello there, networker. I hope you're having a great day. My name's Coach Steve Dailey. If we haven't met yet, look, in today's segment, I want to invite you to take some notes. I'm going to teach you something here that I think could be very instrumental in your success in the network marketing business. So grab a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. And if you don't have something right here in front of you, put this segment on pause, and I will wait for you to go get a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. Go ahead. All right. Well, welcome back. I hope that you do have something to write with right now, but whether or not you do or don't is very revealing about your mindset. You see, you're either coming to segments like this with a mindset about learning and growing and getting better, and you're ready to get as much as you can, learn as much as you can so that you can do that. Or you come to segments like this because basically it's entertainment. You already know what you know. You're pretty sure that you're really great at some things. You probably are pretty sure that you're not so great at other things, or that you've already heard it all. And I'm not making criticism or suggesting that you're arrogant or anything like that. What I'm telling you is we all have a wiring that's reflexive with regards to how we think, and that's called mindset. Now, look, there's all kinds of studies and books about this. I'm going to give you a couple of fundamental things and take some notes. We either have fundamentally a growth mindset. That is, we look at ourselves as human becomings. We know that we are developing, we're learning, we have good things and bad things that are good things and things that we can correct or improve about who we are and what we know how to do and all those kinds of things. And we're eager to, craft a journey for new discovery, new success. We're growing. Then there are some among us that have a fixed mindset. We've drawn a conclusion based on some things I'll reveal to you here in a minute. We've drawn a conclusion about what we're good at, what we're not good at, what we're capable of, what we're not capable of, what defines success for us, and how limited or not that is. And that fixed mindset basically causes us to think consciously or unconsciously, that's just who I am. That's just the way that I am. I am what I am. If you've ever caught yourself saying that, if you can recognize now that perhaps you might think that way, well, I've got some great news for you. Stephen Covey wrote a book many years ago called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You've probably read it. If you haven't, I strongly recommend that you do. And it's changed the lives of millions upon millions of people around the world. Now, one of the things that Covey taught us in that book is that there is one simple thing that separates human beings from every other creature on the planet. And that is that in the context of stimulus and response, for human beings, there's a tiny space that resides between stimulus and response, and it's called choice. You see, all the other creatures on the planet, when they're hungry, that's stimulus, and they go find something to eat, that's response. When the season comes around for breeding, stimulus, they do something about that, response. They feel threatened, stimulus. They either fight or flee, response. And there's literally no control, no decision-making, no choice in the matter. But with human beings, if we're hungry, we can decide to eat now or later. We can decide how much we eat or not. We can decide what we eat. And the same is true for every kind of decision that we make throughout the course of a day. Now, if you learn how to exercise that little space called choice, you can also redefine whether you have a mixture of fixed and growth mindset, whether you lean hard to one direction or the other, and you can actually begin to improve the way that you look, your outlook, your mindset for what you're capable of, in basically a simple exercise and practice of learning how to use choice. I've worked with entrepreneurs and small business owners for over 30 years, and I can tell you that with no exception, those that are successful have a growth mindset, predominantly, if not exclusively. And those that struggle, those that end up quitting, those that get discouraged and basically self-compromise their potential, well, they have predominantly, if not exclusively, a fixed mindset. Now, if we have any notion that we might have a fixed mindset, and there's a really good chance that you do in some areas here, and I'll describe that to you here in a second. Where does that come from? Where does a fixed mindset come from? Well, it comes from basically experience with our own actions and efforts throughout life, experience from what other people have told us about who we are and what we're capable of, experience about what we've seen and watched other people do or not, and basically experiences about what defines success and failure. And so we all have a history. None among us are sitting here without any form of history that has literally shaped how we think. You may have had somebody tell you that you're not good at math. Maybe you failed a lot of classes in school. Maybe you, went swimming one day with your buddies and they were having a lot of fun and you jumped in and realized you didn't have any idea how to do that. And it was not only embarrassing, but painful. So you have got some experiences in the negative direction that have caused you to think of yourself in a certain way. When it comes to business, you came to this business with a certain way of thinking. I'm good or not at connecting with people. I'm good or not at selling. I'm good or not at communicating. I'm good or not at being organized. I'm good or not at managing my time. You see, there's a long list of competencies that are critical for success in any business. And I'll say again, I've never seen a successful business owner that didn't have a growth mindset, but also was very keen on what they were really good at and what they needed to work on. Quick story here about how history shapes us. You know, when I was in about the 5th grade, I believe, we were getting ready for a Christmas concert. We're all going to sing some Christmas carols. Our whole class was going to sing to our parents. And we were practicing one day, and the choir teacher, all of a sudden in the middle of a song, said, stop, everybody stop. We got to start over here. And she pointed up, she looked up at me and she pointed her finger like she was pointing me on the chest, poking me on the chest. And she said, you just move your lips on this one. And of course, all my buddies, my classmates thought that was hilarious. I was mortified. The conclusion was that I couldn't sing. So I moved my lips through the entire concert, and I didn't let anybody catch me singing for years upon years upon years, until one day, accidentally, somebody heard me singing in the shower. And they said, well, Steve, you have a pretty good voice. And it changed the way I looked at whether or not I could sing. Now, look, I'm not going to try out for the American Idol. I haven't practiced that. I haven't aspired for that. But I changed my mind. I made a choice to change my mind because of another source of input. So here's what I want you to do with that piece of paper and a pencil. First, I want you to, on the front side of that paper, I want you to write down all the things that you think you're good at when it comes to network marketing. You might be good at connecting, selling, teaching, speaking, understanding the product, research, time management, bookkeeping. I don't know. There's a whole list of things that you might come up with that you think you're good at. And on the flip side of the paper, I want you to write down the things that you think you are not good at. Then I want you to focus on the front side and ask yourself, how do I know? Who taught me that? What experiences did I have that informed me that I was actually good at that? Where did I experience success that then I carried forward into the business that I'm in right now? And then this is where it's really powerful. Then I want you to do the same thing on the side, on the list of things that you don't think you're good at. Now, look, if you don't have something on both sides of the paper, well, you're fooling yourself. So start over. I guarantee you every one of us could make a list like I'm describing. Now, by simply being willing to go into this, and I'll tell you what to do with it here in a second. By being willing to do this exercise, you immediately made a choice to adopt a growth mindset. You see, it's as simple as that. By simply taking action on making a list, as I've described, moves you into a growth mindset, just like that. Now, you're going to ask yourself on the back half of that page about all the things that you think you're not good at that you brought to this business that are important tools. And I want you to ask the same question, but we're going to do something more with it. What or who informed you? What experience with another person? What information? What important person in your life? Teacher, parent, coach, friend, relative, informed you that you were not good at that particular skill? And then here's where the magic comes in. Now I want you to make a plan for how you're going to get a little better in 3 or 4 or 5 of those things. 3 is a hefty number by itself, so don't get overly ambitious here. Just start so you get the idea. And I want you to make a plan for how you're going to improve a little bit. You might want to ask advice from somebody. You might want to ask somebody that you know that's good at that thing to teach you what they know. You might want to observe somebody demonstrating excellence in that particular area. Doesn't matter what you do. Make a plan, though, for learning to get better at the things that you think you're not good at. And now we are fully on the path to a growth mindset. So look, it's fundamental, it's essential, it's critical that to be successful in business, that number one, we understand and recognize that mindset is everything. How we look at who we are and what we're capable of is everything as it pertains to success. They say doing the same thing over and over is the definition of, and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. And I say that's wrong. That's totally wrong. Thinking the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, that is insanity. And so what we need to do is learn the skill of how to exercise choice to move ourselves in the direction of a growth mindset. So take action, improve, move in the direction of being more effective, more competent, more successful in your business. And I can't wait to hear you singing in the shower. Have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching that short segment we just completed for the Network Marketing Magazine. I hope it serves you well and those that you lead to take your business to its next level. Now, look, if you are an established network marketing leader, you have an established business and you're doing well, but you know that there is much more potential in your business and for you in the network marketing industry, I invite you to go check out entrepreneurexcellence.com. That's my website where I show seasoned business owners how to truly design and grow their business so that it takes care of an extraordinary life. If that sounds like something of interest to you, go to entrepreneurexcellence.com and we'll see you there.